Hello there. I'm talking to you now about your belief system. Your belief system is your foundation for the rest of your life and where you get your major beliefs from. I believe that da, 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 da. I believe that tea should be drunk with milk. I believe that people in the world who are rich are evil. Whatever that is, okay? So our beliefs are formed at a very young age for our foundation beliefs, and we form new beliefs every day, and I can get you to do that today. However, I'm going to give you the basics around it. So I actually do like to draw pictures. So I'm going to just show you. We've got from 0 to 7 years old, you're in your download stage. So what you hear, you believe. What you see, you believe. And what you hear, feel, and touch, and everything's kind of downloaded. There's no ego. Santa Claus exists, the Easter rabbit, tooth fairy. All those things exist because we know nothing else. So when I say 0 to 7, I could mean 6, 7, 8. It's a very broad term, but basically it's your download stage. So you are getting all that information in, and you're basically believing what's around you. So whoever brought you up, whether it was your parents or other relatives or whoever, they're actually giving you their belief system because their parents did it and their parents did it. And it's interesting that we then get things that we think, well, where on earth did that come from? And it could have been centuries ago passed down. However, I'm getting off track. So from 0 to 7, you're in download stage. So then we have 7 to 14 years. You are looking for evidence to support what you learnt at 0 to 7. And so we're naturally, as human beings, information and evidence collectors. It's what we do. We see something, we look for evidence to support it so we can believe it. Then, from 14 to 21, we are forming our identity based around the evidence of the beliefs that we have found at 0 to 7. I hope that makes sense and I haven't lost you yet. So by 21, we have an identity based upon the evidence that we have found from what we have heard from kids. As I said, we form new beliefs all the time, but these essentially are what our foundation blocks are for the rest of our lives. So when I'm coaching people, I often listen to their language, and listening to people's language is fascinating. It gives me a very big insight on what they believe. And I'll often question, when did you start believing that? Whether it's right or wrong is not the point, because I have different beliefs to the person next to me. However, I'm curious where they got that belief from, and is that helping them? So beliefs can often help us or not help us. And if they're not helping us, maybe it's time to choose new beliefs. And this is where, as a health coach, our beliefs around diet mentality get my goat a little bit, because it's something that we have been taught from the get-go. In fact, our parents and our parents' parents and all our mums and our grandmas have passed the information on because it's what they believe, and it's what we believe because, as I said, 0 to 7, we get that information and we download it. So what we also do based around these beliefs is we do another thing. We do 3 things. We filter. Oh, wrong slide. We do one of 3 things. We delete, we distort, or we generalize the information based around our beliefs from a young age. I'll give you an example. So pretend, God forbid, there is a car crash outside your house, and there is a red car and a blue car, and they've crashed together. There are 6 witnesses. How many stories do we get? Well, we get at least 8 because there are 2 drivers. And these witnesses give different stories, don't they? So you've seen, did you see the red car was going faster and it was the blue car, blah, blah, blah. Whatever that story is formed around a belief. So, for example, people may believe that red cars go faster for whatever reason they've heard in their younger years and searched evidence to support what they've learnt. Red cars go faster, and that's what they believe, that red cars go faster, therefore the red car was the one in the car accident, blah, blah, blah. Then, someone could say, did you see the bike? And some people go, well, what bike? There was no bike, because they've done one of the 3 things, which is delete, distort, or generalize. So they may have deleted it, that they even saw a bike, they may have distorted it, or they may have just generalized. I'll give a really good example of how what we call DDG as a filter in NLP is Johnny's grown up. Johnny believes he's unattractive. For something's happened in his 0 to 7 years that has led him to believe that he is unattractive. Then from 7 to 14, he's looked for evidence to support what he believed, that he was unattractive, and he's formed his identity around it. Now Sharon says to Johnny, Johnny, you're hot. He can do one of three things based around his beliefs. He can either delete what she said and go, I don't have no idea what you're talking about, I didn't even hear that. He can distort it. He'll go, oh, I didn't even, did she say that? Did I miss something? Or he can generalize, and he can basically go, well, maybe she says that to everyone. Because his belief of being unattractive, he needed filters through the delete, distort, and generalize. Now, my question to you is, what are you deleting, distorting, or generalizing about your life? You know those conversations that you have with people and they'll go, oh, do you remember so-and-so? They were so angry when they were talking to us. And someone will go, no, I didn't see them being angry. Maybe they deleted it. Maybe they distorted it. Maybe the person distorted what they heard and what they interpreted it. So everyone has their own belief system. As I've said, it forms the rest of your life. Are those beliefs holding you back? If so, perhaps it's time to change them, and that's where I can come in. And look, some beliefs are there to keep us safe. I believe that fire can burn, therefore that keeps me safe. That's a good one. I believe that some dogs can bite, therefore I won't put my hand near their mouth if I'm not sure what kind of dog they are. Those beliefs are cool. It's the beliefs that are holding us back. And seemingly from something that happened as a kid or we've seen on TV, this isn't necessarily to do with your parents. This could be something that you've seen on TV or heard on the radio. It's something that you have heard, looked for evidence to support it, and it's then formed part of your belief system. So the belief system is massive. It's one of my passions in explaining human behavior, and human behavior is awesome. I do suggest that if you want to read anything on this, just Google NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. It is something that I do in my coaching with great effectiveness. And often it's just a question. You all have the answers. You know the answers. It's just a matter of me prodding them to get them out of you. So that's all for this video. Thanks, guys.